I'm Stephanie,
I'm Meredith.
and welcome to This Is My Circus mini
Not
episode.
so many up.
Maybe. We shall see.
We do our best.
Okay.
We really do our best.
And Rex is here, so here's your breathing.
Here is your heavy breathing. So, documentary.
Yes.
We watched Maternal Instinct on Netflix.
Yes.
Nope, not Netflix.
Well, it was close.
Netflix. That's like the Wish version. Netflix.
On fleek.
Yeah. Okay. Take two. We watched Maternal Instinct.
Rex,
I'm rolling my
Okay.
eyes at you, not him.
Stop it.
He said it was funny though. Okay. We watched Maternal Instinct on Netflix.
Yes.
Okay, so I just watched it like 2 nights ago and my mind is still like
I watched it while I was driving home from Pennsylvania.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Okay, Delulu.
Oh, 100%. We want to do like an overall thing.
Yeah.
So it tells a story of Taylor Parker, and this is one of the most shocking true crime cases ever in recent years. So it starts as a routine traffic stop, and then just like it untangles. So it goes into like she's faked pregnancies, just lied, manipulation, financial fraud and issues, and then just murder. So and very, very actually double homicide.
Yes.
So it's crazy and it's very sad.
Yeah. With all the people that were
All of the
involved.
people that were involved. Yeah. Okay, so
We start out, and they're showing real body cam footage. They're showing the real 911 calls.
Yep.
Or you're hearing them, not seeing them.
no. We're just hitting it out of the park today, aren't we?
Hey, listen, I'm going to blame it on travel.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, yep. So hearing the calls.
Right. And so you see them on the side of the road. The cops are there. She was trying to pass traffic on the emergency lane, like to the side of the road. And so the cops stop her and like, what's up? And she's like, I just had this baby 35 minutes ago. And I need to get to the hospital. Meanwhile, she's also calling her supposed baby daddy, boyfriend, whatever.
She calls him her husband at this point.
Well, but he's not.
He's not. I mean,
Yeah,
should have
never-
known then.
He never even told her he loved her.
Right? Love that for him.
Mm. So cops get her to the hospital.
Yep.
She is like, this is my baby, this is my baby. And the doctors are like, this chick never had a baby.
Yeah.
Or not at this time.
Yeah. But it's like as soon as they pulled her over, they knew something wasn't right. They were like, something isn't adding up. It's like their spidey senses were tingling.
Well, I mean, she just said that she had the baby in the car and there's
Yeah.
no
No, well, yeah. So
no evidence.
They're smarter than I'm giving them credit for.
There is no evidence of any kind of baby happening.
No.
Other than this child.
The child that's still attached to the umbilical cord and the placenta, I believe, was still,
That was
however,
not coming out of her.
Yes, no, it was not. Totally separate from her bodily unit. So then they go to the hospital and they start asking questions, and that's when the doctor's like, yeah, no baby just came. He said like that, no baby came out of there.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And I was like, okay. Question mark, could have used a little bit different terms, but anyway, it was funny.
Well, I'm sure he was just like, what the heck?
Yeah.
As well, it's everybody there
Yeah.
that knew something was off.
Yes, but also, okay, gosh, the timeline with this is so weird because you're seeing that at the beginning of the documentary, and then it goes through the whole story, and at the end you're back at that starting point, and you know what's just happened before that. So it's all a mind F.
Right. So after we see the hospital scene and see her then in the interrogation room,
Yep.
they start from the beginning of where she meets Wade,
Yes.
and she starts dating him. He thinks that he has like found the prize,
Yes.
and he's like super
He
country.
is just a big old teddy bear country guy. And she portrays herself to be just like this. She's really, really pretty.
hmm
And she does a lot of heavy makeup and does all the things, but she's still a real country girl. Like
Right.
she goes and hunts with him and does all these things, and he's like, oh, this is my person who likes to do the things that I like to do, and his friends loved her,
hmm
and it just turned into a relationship for them.
Right. So she goes on to say how she is inheriting millions and millions of dollars
Mhm.
from her grandparents,
Mm-hmm.
but her mother is her like arch nemesis and is putting the stop to all of that.
Right.
So it goes back and forth with like, I'm getting the money, I'm not getting the money, I'm getting the money, I'm not getting the
All
money.
kinds of weirdness and excuses and lies and yeah, like you said, back and forth and back and forth. And then she starts buying things,
Lots of things.
expensive things.
Like trying to buy like $8 million property or $4 million
So
property.
they buy like a side by side,
hmm
and which Brian wants. He was like, I want one of those. I was like, okay, off the record, different conversation. But then she buys a truck, and not just like a truck, but one of the like Mama Jama trucks for him. That's like $100,000 truck. And then they buy her. So it's Wade's mom a car.
Mm-hmm.
She had been car shopping, and they pull up, and she's like, "This is your car." So they're like, she's very generous. They liked her, and then she starts to look into buying these $1 million properties.
So Wade wants a ranch.
Yep.
Of his own.
Yes.
And meanwhile, they're also buying like livestock.
Right.
Like cattle and whatever. Like all the things.
Obviously, we're very farm friendly because we know. I just want to pet them. I don't know anything about them.
I just want to cuddle.
Agreed.
A fuzzy animal.
Whatever. Yeah. Okay, so but he wants he wants them for whatever he wants to do them with. So she's like, "Oh, I'll help you with your dream and we'll buy this big ranch."
Yeah. And which lovely. Like if it was true.
Right. Well, and when there's I don't know this from personal experience, but when it's a very expensive home, they have to do due diligence and check. And I do know actually when some people sold their house that I know that like they check their not just like credit, but they want to see their bank accounts and they want to see that kind of stuff before they'll even show a home. So the realtor office and stuff, they're starting this process. They're trying to get information from her accountant and stuff.
Yeah, well, they said that she was going to pay cash. And so they're like, well, cool, but
yeah.
Is this real? Is this legit?
And they want to know where it came from.
So Taylor says, here is my financial advisor, consultant, whomever. It gives them a letter stating, yes, all of this is legit.
Yeah. Hey, this is real. Thanks.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was like super vague. It was like no actual information.
Right.
And then they start asking questions. They can't get a hold of the lady though. They're like playing phone tag.
And she'll return calls after hours or on weekends and that kind of stuff.
Right. So they're trying just going back and forth trying to find out this information. And then they receive an email like, hey, my client is really upset that you're asking questions. Don't do that. Like, really?
I know.
That's legit. That's like a second grader writing like I'm excused from school because
and with like the R being backwards or whatever. I'm sure this whole time she already has been, but we find out that she's faking all these documents and these accounts and phones. I don't know how many phones she ends up in this whole thing, numbers going through or however that works. But yeah, so she is trying to buy this property off of fake email addresses, I guess.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was really strange. It was so strange. So the realtor people, they're curious. So I think some things are starting to click in their heads.
Right. And in the meantime, during this time where everything's starting to get a little weird with the property and things start getting repossessed.
Yes.
And red flags everywhere.
Red flags everywhere. So it starts with the mom.
Yeah.
She calls the dealership and they're like, well, it wasn't paid. And I mean, in her mind, I'm sure she was thinking it was paid in full.
Right. I would have thought that.
Right. Somebody's getting millions. I mean, a $20,000 car.
Yeah. So, which, by the way, like, I'd be like, 20,000? No. Okay.
No. I was shocked at the car, though.
I was too. I mean, they were talking about these $100,000 trucks and these all the things, and then it was like a Camry.
It was like a used Camry pulling up with one hubcap falling off. I appreciate the car. I need a car. Yeah. That's great, but...
No, yeah, it was like a Ford Escort, whatever, or Ford Taurus, whatever it was. Yeah. But, like, I was just a little surprised.
Right.
That's what... Anyway, and it wasn't paid for, regardless.
Right.
So it gets repossessed, things start not adding up, and the mom's like, okay, now, like, this is really weird. What's really going on?
Right.
And starts digging a little bit.
Right.
Well, now that people are starting to dig, now all of a sudden...
She's pregnant.
Taylor gets pregnant. Surprise.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Which just is a whole other... Okay, so you've got your whole financial ball of beep.
Hold on. Wait. Interjection. Oh, her 2 kids. She had 2 kids previously.
She had 2 kids. Yep.
That was like so not part of this story. It was so weird to me.
It was weird. I guess it was protection.
Maybe.
The only time they're in there is the gender reveal.
Right.
And then I think there's like some old pictures of her, but yeah.
But they were not talked about.
They weren't talked about. They weren't there.
No.
They weren't present, which good because she's a psycho, but still, I know there was not much mention of them. We don't know how old they are. We don't know if they're...
Well, she had the first at 17.
Well, that's right. That's right. They did say that.
And then...
She's 27 when this happens.
Right. So, like,
well, she is.
Whatever.
But, yeah.
Yeah, so the oldest is 9 or 10.
Yeah.
They just threw me for a loop because it was just kind of thrown in there, like, nonchalantly. Like,
you would think if a mother had children that they would be more prevalent in the whole storyline, but no.
But if she's crazy, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So, she's pregnant. Yay. I mean, whatever. They're having gender reveal parties and they're posting these on socials.
Right.
So they start posting them.
And people actually know her in real life.
Yeah.
Like her previous life.
So that's where she slips up.
Right.
She should have made a new account or unfriended them or something. In this time, she starts doing a little photography side hustle. And she does this wedding, and we start meeting the family, and they're talking about how great she was and how personable, and this hit home, you know it did. How personable she was, and just that she fit in. They're showing selfies. Okay, this was too much. I don't do this, but they're showing selfies of her as the photographer at the wedding with the bridal party.
Yeah.
Like I could see doing one for like marketing and stuff, but that's not what we were doing. She was inserting herself deep into this. And so she's now friends with the bride.
Right.
And I cannot remember her name.
Yeah.
So her pregnancy is happening, her belly's growing.
Some days, because they were like, one day she was 8 months pregnant, and the next day she was not pregnant. Like,
Yep.
So she wasn't consistently wearing her baby bump.
Correct.
Weird.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Right. So
wear clothes that are not
presented.
Fitting. Yeah. Yeah. So she's going through all this. She's going through so much. She is jumping through all the hoops. Oh, and we didn't even talk about this when she did the gender reveal. So she has the ultrasound pictures, and with gender reveals, they'll put them in like a sealed envelope. Do you say envelope or envelope?
Envelope.
I do too. Okay.
Is that not what you're supposed to say?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that popped in my head. Okay, so they put it in a sealed envelope, and they are giving it to her friend who's gonna, I guess, like do the decorations or whatever to make it pink or blue. So she's looking at this, and the date on it is from, I want to say it was 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And she calls Taylor, and Taylor's like, oh, hold on, let me call the office. And like 2 seconds later, she calls back and was like, they had a big mix-up and everything was wrong and they're going to redo it.
216 wrong.
Right.
Test results went out. But
yes.
It is a girl.
But it is a girl, yeah.
They confirmed.
They confirmed the sex, yep. So anyway, using old pictures, I'm assuming, of her other child. So yeah, she's digging herself deeper. She's
committed.
She is committed.
But she's not doing it very smartly.
She's not. And
yeah. Well, so that they do the gender reveal, and they
Yep.
bring out this little cow.
Which was adorable.
A little cow wearing a pink whatever.
Like flower or something on it.
Yeah.
It was really cute.
It was adorbs.
It was adorbs.
But everybody there, but she was saying for the party, like, do not invite any of my family.
Yeah.
But then at the end it said her dad was there at the gender reveal.
I got
it was really
lost in that.
confused.
Yeah. So yeah, she's like, don't invite any of my family and whatever. And she had asked Wade what he wanted to name it, and he says Clancy, which is a really adorable name.
It is, but it sounds like a cow.
100%. And she was picking the middle name, so it's Clancy Gale, which I don't know if you noticed, but she spelled it different in different places, like when she would do a hashtag or whatever. So they pick out the name, they're posting on socials. Well, like we said, she's a real person. She's got real people on her socials, so they're starting to see this.
And then people that worked at her OBGYN.
Yes.
Sees it.
I admired them and their professionalism, and that I hope they were really that professional in there, not just.
I'd be like, girl.
I'll be like, look, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm going to quit, so I'm going to go spread all this.
Girl.
Yeah. So we find out, what do we find out, Steph?
She had a hysterectomy.
Dun dun.
She can't get pregnant.
No.
She cannot have a baby.
And so they're interviewing the office people and the doctor, and he's like, and he goes into this, like, what a hysterectomy is. He was like, she does not have a uterus. So
she did not have a child.
Yeah. So we find out that now, remember, Wade's mom's already suspicious. Now the friends are getting suspicious, and now that it's on socials, some people are contacting, like friends, not the doctor's office, but friends are contacting new friends to be like, yo,
this is not right. Red flag.
Right.
Okay, so to me, this whole thing is strange, right? Because she's now presenting as a baby bump.
Mm-hmm.
Wade doesn't know. So, like, that means that they are not doing nothing.
Yeah. Well, he says in one point that, he says his buddy was my favorite. He was like, he told me they ain't had sex in 5 months, and I was like, hell no.
Yeah.
So apparently she feeds Wade's tells him she's really insecure and doesn't want him looking at her while she's pregnant and all this kind of stuff. And she's going in the bathroom and shutting the door. And they do this mock thing of her like being on the laptop, like faking all these documents and stuff. But they had a small home at this time and there wasn't anywhere for them to have any privacy. So she is going in the bathroom and shutting the door and pretty much just staying there.
Yeah. I just thought
I know.
that's not something that, and like
Yeah.
he didn't go to any of these doctor appointments at all.
Well, and when he tried to, she would come up with an excuse.
Right. I just like
Yeah.
the whole thing's just like how do you, I don't know. I guess like it's possible guys, can kind of compartmentalize and be like, okay, whatever, she's got
Yeah.
it. But
Well, and as a dude too, like you don't know how that works. I
yeah,
mean, I barely knew as a new expectant mother how many appointments I was supposed to go
right.
to. So I could see him being like, oh, well, she'll let me know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so every time he's supposed to go, the appointment was canceled or whatever. And we just have all these different situations. Well, we get to this point where he's supposed to go. Was it just a regular checkup when she called in the bomb threat?
Uh-huh.
She called in a bomb threat to the hospital and she told
Well, they could have an ultrasound or something, I think.
maybe
Yeah.
something with like actual proof. Not that her belly wouldn't have been, but still it was like a bigger visit.
Yeah.
And she calls in a bomb threat
Hmm. They
and
shut down the hospital.
they shot down the hospital and I don't remember who it was, if it was Wade or a family member or something, was like there's no way this stuff keeps happening. And
It was
she's
the
like,
mom, I think.
the
Wade's
mom,
mom.
and
Hmm.
she was like, look on the news, and it was shut down.
Hmm.
And another time they were supposed to go somewhere and she sets a freaking house on fire.
Hmm. Like the downstairs.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
So, yeah.
She is going through okay, so she is not. I keep expecting, and I think the family members and friends kept expecting her to be like, okay, you know what? I
I had a
had
miscarriage.
miscarriage. Like,
Mhm.
find a way out of this hole she's dug.
So now family members are going to Wade and be like, this is not right. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's lying to you. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
standing 10 toes down, like, no, she wouldn't do that,
Right.
whatever, like sticking up for her, which lovely for him to do, but poor
Right.
guy
I know.
was, whatever. He's just happy he wanted to be a dad. Like he
He
was
wants to be a
excited.
dad. What did you say about Clancy Gale?
Yes. So, he goes back and tells her, like, hey, my family doesn't believe this.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
I am bringing home a baby.
Yes.
And those were her words. I am bringing home a
I'm
baby.
bringing home a baby. So at this time, she is 10 months pregnant. Well, did we miss anything else?
I
Like,
don't,
did we cover like I mean, shit's just weird.
yeah.
Like everything, any document you can think of is fake, all the things. So,
Everybody except for Wade thinks this
except for
is
Wade, and
not right.
I want a man who believes me as much as Wade believes Taylor. I'm just kidding. Put it on a t-shirt. Um, but she's 10 months pregnant,
Hmm.
which doesn't happen. Like they for the health of the baby, they'll induce you before that.
Right.
With my little bit of medical knowledge, that's kind of what I believe.
Right.
So everybody's like, there is no way.
Hmm.
So they've this was so messed up. So she's going to the hospital to be induced.
Hmm.
And
Wait, no.
yeah.
They get somehow somebody's friends with her cousin, and the cousin puts Wade's mom or sister or somebody in touch with Taylor's mom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
With
Yeah,
Taylor's
yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
So they're on the phone with Taylor's mom, and Taylor's mom's like, she's been a liar her whole life. There is no
Hmm.
money. There is no pregnancy. She has had a hysterectomy. There's no way she can be pregnant.
Yeah.
And they're like, why haven't you reached out to anybody? You know this is going on. Like,
Hmm.
what the heck? And
Yeah.
she's like, she will keep my grandchildren away from me if I say anything. I haven't said anything because she threatened me.
Yeah, she's basically holding her grandchildren hostage against visiting her mom.
Right.
And also at this time too, that dude I like,
Mhm. The buddy.
yeah, his girlfriend, wife slash, I don't really know the relationship, but she, somehow she finds out about this doctor's office.
Hmm.
I feel like she saw where Taylor had checked in when she was pregnant before on social media at this office, something like that. She's doing the research, and she calls them and she's like, "Hey, blah blah blah," and they're like, "We can't tell you that because of,
HIPAA.
HIPAA laws,"
Hmm.
and they're like,
But you're on the right track.
"But you're on the right track and follow your gut," and they do ask her name. They're like, "Who is this regarding?" And she said Taylor, whatever, and they were like, "Follow your gut, follow
Yeah.
your instincts," and I was like, I mean, that's
Telling.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, 10 months pregnant. They've got her scheduled to be induced C-section, whatever they're going to do. The day of this, She schedules Wade to go sell all these hogs that morning at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I know that's important and
Mm-hmm.
I know that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Also know having a baby is a pretty big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So she has, I mean, and she's obviously done this to get him out of the way
Mm-hmm.
because it's like hours away or whatever. So she schedules him to go do this. So he gets in his vehicle, loads all the hogs up the morning.
But he was like, hold on, like, what if you go into labor? And she's like,
Yeah,
no, this is a lot of money. We got to do this.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Like, I mean, she
Just
was,
pushing him,
yeah.
being very pushy with
But
it.
he didn't want to. He wanted to stay because, like, God forbid she went
Yes,
into labor.
yes, it wasn't Wade being a jerk. It was him, trying to do all the right things and do what she wanted him to do
Right.
and make the money. So he loads him up. He goes to meet these people and he calls this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's like, the
No,
guy
no,
he's
he
supposed
got
to meet.
there. Didn't he get there? He went all the way there, and the dude's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like,
Yes,
"I'm
yes.
here to sell you the hogs."
And the dude's like, I didn't do this. I didn't message you. And he's like, I've got the messages right here. And the dude's
He's like,
like, that's not my number.
"Nope,
Like, I
not
don't know.
me."
So finally, sweet, sweet Wade is, I think, starting to,
Put two and two together.
yeah, yeah. And he's like, this isn't, and he's frustrated. He's very aggravated. He probably feels like an idiot, all the things. And it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And his wife's supposed to be having a baby.
Yeah.
So while this is going on, you remember that wedding that she was in, that bride is pregnant. And Taylor had done research and found out, who I guess would be pregnant and due around the same time as she was, and this girl was. So Taylor goes to this new friend's house that's pregnant and she does a C-section on this lady. I don't know how she incapacitated her to make that happen.
Didn't sound like she did.
Yeah. I mean, how would she just let her do that then?
Well, the lady, I mean, is like half pregnant, and she's probably fearing for her child's life. And
Yes.
when I was pregnant with Dylan, if somebody said, "Lay down and shut up," or "I'm going to just stab your baby,"
I get, yeah, that's
I
true.
would just be like, "Please, just don't kill my child.
That's true.
Do whatever you want to me. Just don't kill
Yeah,
my baby."
you're right. In retrospect, I'm like, why didn't she fight or throw, but she didn't know.
And
She didn't
she's
know.
trying to protect her child. I mean,
Yeah,
I get it
yeah.
from that aspect, but yeah, well, the doctor, they're interviewing the doctor at this time, and he's like, it had to be the most excruciating. However, she did the C-section. It was like the worst possible way you could do it.
There were so many stab wounds, he said, and the way that the uterus was turned, he was like, I don't even know how she did that. So basically, the mom lived through that, and she did die. But Taylor had been like researching how to do a C-section and all these things. So anyway, she does that and she takes the baby and she leaves, and that's when the cops are finding her on the road. Now, at that same time,
Mm-hmm.
the pregnant lady's mom
Mm-hmm.
goes over to the, I wish I knew her name. I'm sorry. I feel disrespectful not knowing it, but it's too late now. But anyway, the pregnant lady's mom goes over there and she walks in and she sees her daughter and just, screams, scream, 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 scream. And we start, she calls 911 and we hear that. That was heartbreaking.
Right.
That was one of the worst things I've ever heard in my
So the
life.
mom's crying, saying like, somebody murdered my daughter. Please get somebody here now.
Mm-hmm.
She's pregnant. We don't know if the baby's alive because she just saw blood everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And I believe she was face down.
Mm-hmm.
So she is there. She called her husband, and her husband came, and some gentleman friend, I think.
But this woman also had a 3-year-old child
Correct.
who was still in the home.
Yes. And the grandpa of the child was like, I can't go in there because to get to her, I would have to step over my daughter.
She did at the end.
Yeah.
He did go in there, and he said that she was on her bed with her eyes covered. Or no, he walked in and
No, the friend did it.
Oh, was it the friend?
Yep, yep, the friend. She shouldn't watch these and drive.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
Dylan had on music, and I was like, "Do you
Yeah.
guys watch this? Because I gotta listen to it
Yeah.
for podcast." And he was like, "Okay." He put his headphones on. He wasn't listening
Yeah,
to
no,
this
I'm sure he wasn't.
documentary.
I'm sure he wasn't. So, yeah, the 3-year-old girl is there, and the dad is like, I can't go in there and step over my daughter. So, a family friend, an older gentleman, was like, I'll do it. So, he goes, and the 3-year-old is in her room with her eyes closed and everything, and he scoops her up and takes her out.
Mm-hmm.
Just tragic.
Right.
Tragic.
So then we're back to showing the hospital scenes
Mm-hmm.
of the nurses questioning Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "No, I don't know why everybody keeps asking me questions. This is my baby."
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, Not possible. We're bringing you down to the station.
Right, right. And they start interviewing her, and she's doubling down.
And she's like, no, she told me to take the baby.
Right,
Like,
right.
what?
At first she's like, I don't know what you're talking about, and then yeah, they find that, and she's like, yeah, she told me. She was like, please cut this out of me or whatever,
Yeah.
and we're like,
She was dying anyway.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
just a mess.
So then they start saying like the backlash of everything. Now, anybody that was ever involved with Taylor is now
Mm-hmm.
being shunned, and
Yep.
Wade, like nobody will speak to Wade because they think he was in on it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which he seems like the sweetest, most humble dude, does he
yeah,
not? Like
yeah,
just chill, not center of attention dude, not somebody running around trying to, be whatever. He's feeding his hogs, he's playing with his dogs, he's just, you know, wanting to just have that quiet country life.
right.
And yeah, they've shunned him and they've shunned the family and the friends, and it messed up relationships between Wade and those friends because they tried to tell him and he didn't listen. Just
All of it.
mm-hmm. We didn't even talk about too when they were going to buy the ranch at Christmas time, and she put on like a slideshow presentation for all of them to see this. That was so awkward. All those dudes are sitting there in like fold out chairs in somebody's grandma's living room watching this PowerPoint with their baseball hats on. Like,
Nice.
yeah, like why are we doing this again?
Yeah, so then they talk about the trial a little bit. Not they
Yes,
don't go into it
they
very
don't.
much.
No, they don't go
They
into it
just
very
basically
much.
say, she's the like what seventh woman or sixth woman on
Yep,
death row.
yep, and she's the youngest currently on
Yeah.
death row. Good. I'm glad she got that.
So they didn't really go into much about the trial. It was just basically she got
No.
death.
Yeah, the documentary was more about the story, not
Yeah.
it was not Law and Order, it was just law.
Yeah. Yeah.
The lengths that she went through.
Yeah. But like, how do you think you're getting away with it? Is what I don't
Right,
understand. Okay, so we start out with the money. Like the money's not going to show up magically.
right. And it's not like you said $1,000.
No, it's 8 million. $8 million that she was spending all willy-nilly and there was no money to cover.
Right, right.
So starting there, how do you think you're going to get away with it? And nobody's going to find out. Because obviously things are going to get repossessed.
Yep,
Like there's no
yep.
money.
And then she deflected with that with the,
And,
well, I feel like,
well, people were questioning it, and then
right,
all of a sudden, I'm pregnant.
right. Take
Look
the
over
attention over
here.
here. Right, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. Deflecting off of that for
yeah.
that and the gender reveal and all that going on with the baby and buying the things and oh my
And then how do you think you're going to get away with murder? She didn't watch enough murder shows to
God.
get away
No,
with
she
murder.
did not. She did not. And the baby
But
didn't
like you
get
just do a
either.
DNA test and see it's not your child. Like there is too much that could go wrong with all of that to get
Yes.
caught. To get caught.
Yes. Yes. I am loving the friend and the mom who did some
Digging.
and kind of poked the bear a little bit to see what they could come with. But did that escalate it and make it what it was? Like the planning that went into this.
Yeah. But like the stupidity too, though, because like
Uh-huh.
your bump is 8 months one day, and then you're flat
Yeah.
stuffed the next. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. The friends were like, one day we saw her outside and she didn't look pregnant at all.
Yeah.
And the next day, here she is waddling around. Yeah, it was just, I think she got messy. I think she was so, well, in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't know, she thinks different than me, obviously, but she's probably so scared and nervous about things, she's starting to slip. And I mean, I don't know. She might not have been. She might have just been willy-nilly because she's a psychopath.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't imagine having the weight of all of those lies. How
Trying to
she
keep them
and somebody's like, how would she keep them straight? I'd have to have like
a
a
notebook.
three-wing binder or something. Three-wing. No, not wings. Three-ring binder. Three-ring binder to keep all of my lies in.
Yeah. Well, she's a cuckoo bird
She
who
is a
did
cuckoo bird.
not do very well at her crime.
No. So glad that her two children were with whoever else they were with and not her. And
And
she's
cooked.
was that in Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, they don't play.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, she's on death row there. And
Adios, amiga.
yeah, that was a wild one. That was a wild. I was not prepared for all of that.
No.
Oh gosh, I keep thinking of things. She had lost a lot of weight.
Yes.
And from like her middle and high school years, she was bigger, and then she lost a lot of weight, and that started a lot of her look at me kind of stuff. And there was just a whole lot of things that contributed to who she was.
Right,
But still, it doesn't excuse her being a psychopath.
no. No. I just
No.
don't understand like why you would like the $8 million thing just blows my mind. I mean, the whole thing obviously blows
Right,
my mind, but
right.
like, why you thought that $8 million was just gonna appear? Like, the story is just so wild.
You know what I kept thinking through this whole thing was with AI blowing up the way it has, stuff like that's so much easier. I could probably tell AI right now to create a.
Birth,
Hmm.
whatever. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, like, yeah, 100%. But I mean, there's still reality where the things aren't gonna just magically
that's true.
appear.
That's true. There's still physical
AI,
evidence.
I can make the pictures.
Yeah.
We don't got the real baby.
Yeah. I just, I felt bad. Okay, so I felt really bad for Wade. He was like the first one at the top of he's at the top of the list of the people that I'm just heartbroken for. Again, really seems like just a good dude. Basic, nothing fancy. And like you said, pretty much shunned. Hopefully they're working through that and all of that, but and he never told her he loved her.
No. Mm-mm.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, squirrels. When he told the mama the name of the baby, Clancy, she was like, "Where did you come up with that?" And he was like, "I've had that name forever."
Mm-hmm.
He's never going to use that name.
Mm-mm.
He has, and I know that that's like very
Drop in the
minor,
bucket.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that's just terrible. I mean, all of it's terrible. Yeah, like you said, drop in the bucket, whatever. But
Yeah.
everything just ripped out.
Yeah.
And they don't mention any of the cars or anything, the truck, whatever, getting repoed, but is that leaving Wade in a bad spot with having all of this stuff? And I know he doesn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so anyway, good one. I recommend. It was on Netflix.
It
I
was
think we
good.
said that.
Yeah, it was really good. Go watch it
Yes, absolutely watch it.
if you haven't already.
But be prepared for all the emotions. Like it was a roller coaster. Like you're
Especially if you're a mom.
yeah. And there's so many perspectives that you can take it from. You can be like, would I believe all this bullshit if
Nope.
somebody was giving
Well,
it
I
to
mean,
me?
maybe.
Right.
You don't know.
So you're starting to think like that, and then you're like, how is she you know, you could just take so many different points of view when you're watching this, like as the paramedics and stuff that are taking her, like what there's just so many people involved, the friends, past friends, and then the family of the murdered lady and child.
Mm-hmm.
Um they've got these wedding pictures that Taylor took, just effed up
Yep.
all the way around. So watch it.
Watch it.
Okay, that's it for me.
Yep.
Thanks, y'all.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week with all of our crazy circus life.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
We
Bye.
love you. Bye.